Attorney of Boulder County Legal Services, which might sound impressive until I tell you I'm the only attorney at Boulder County Legal Services. But fortunately, we have great volunteers there, like Bruce Wiener, who is the 2012 Boulder County Bar Association Young Lawyer of the Year. I want to start with a disclaimer, or perhaps more of a warning in case you run into Bruce in your practice. He's not quite as young as he looks. But he's been a great friend to us at Boulder County Legal Services. I'll start with the fact that he graduated from Cornell and then Fordham Law School, where of course he was on law review. More importantly, he interned with the National Football League, which he doesn't talk about, but we suspect he filled in as perhaps outside linebacker on some practice squads. Very athletic guy. He was licensed in New York and New Jersey before he saw the light and moved to Boulder. And in the fall of 2009, he came into our office and asked if he could help us. Many of you know Mike Ruderman, who had been a long-term volunteer, who was determined to retire and move away. He'd done a lot of housing work for us, and he wanted to stop so he could retire and move away. Bruce stepped in, took over a lot of the housing work for us, and in 2009, he put in 185 hours. That turned out to be an off year for Bruce, because in 2010 he put in 760 hours. Then in 2011 he put in 399 hours. And so far this year he's put in 84 hours. Bruce came in just as Colorado was starting, as Colorado passed a warranty of habitability, and he became our expert on the warranty of habitability. That included a number of issues around bed bugs. So Bruce is your bed bug expert. And we sent all cases involving pestilence, vermin, chronic disabilities, hoarders, service animals, all of those tough cases and tough clients. Bruce took them all, and he took them with a smile, worked very, very hard for those clients. He became really an expert in identifying the various bugs involved, the bacteria, the mildew, the damage, the diagnosis, the causation, the treatment. He often was able to obtain funding from service agencies to help clients clean up, sometimes to move, and at the same time charm the landlords and landlords' attorneys into giving him time to work those cases out. Bruce has also offered his expertise to the bar and to community groups. He's been a speaker on tenants' rights and habitability issues, and occasionally bed bugs. If I haven't mentioned bed bugs, we love to send those cases to Bruce. Bruce's pro bono work, his commitment to underserved people, to low income, to elderly, to people with disabilities, in his professionalism really represent the finest traditions of our legal community. And it's my pleasure to introduce Bruce Wiener as the 2012 Young Lawyer of the Year.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
Was it 3 minutes?
You're right on time, Barbara. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Joel, for those very kind words. I really appreciate it. Joel is responsible for a lot of my growth as a lawyer and as a person. He gave me my first opportunity to practice law in Colorado as a volunteer attorney with Boulder County Legal Services. Almost right away, he had me working on eviction defense and collection cases. Even though there was very little in my legal background to suggest that I would be good at it, I cared about it, but he must have sensed that I liked it, and I did a pretty good job at it, because in no time I was appearing in court, locking horns with a lot of the lawyers that are here today, and hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much, but I learned a lot very quickly, and I'm very grateful for that. I learned a lot in those first few months working there, like how to write persuasively, negotiate with opposing counsel, and how to deal with difficult clients. And those are all very important skills that I learned. But more important than just the nuts and bolts of practicing law, I learned the importance of trusting my instincts of taking ownership over my work, being on time, and understanding that the importance of dealing with other people's problems. The mentoring that I've received from Joel shows how welcoming and supportive the legal community is here. It's been truly amazing. I also want to thank Ann McGatt and Erica Martinez, also at Boulder County Legal Services, and my other mentors, Steve Barnett, Paul Bierbaum, my colleague Michelle Haynes. They've been instrumental in guiding me as a young lawyer in a new state, and for their encouragement and expert counsel, guiding me through sometimes the rough waters of being a young lawyer. I also want to thank the Bar Association for this incredible honor. I owe you all a debt of gratitude. Thank you very much.